Good morning, students. Today we are going to start part number 4 of the chapter Rulers and Buildings. This is the fifth chapter of history in your book. And now we are going to start the topic Region and Empire. In this topic, especially, we will read that how the rulers of one region adopted the traditions of another region. So, as construction activity increased between 8th and 18th centuries, there was also a considerable sharing of ideas across regions. 8th century means 700 to 800. 18th century means 1700 to 1800. The traditions of one region were adopted by another in Vijayanagara. For example, Vijayanagara, many rulers adopted the traditions like Mughals and like Bijapur and Golconda. The elephant stables of the rulers were strongly influenced by the style of architecture found in the adjoining sultanates of Bijapur and Golconda. Right? We will study about Bijapur and Golconda in chapter number 6. You can see in this figure 16, interior of temple of Govind Deva in Vrindavan. Vrindavan near Mathura, 1590. The temple was constructed out of red sandstone. Notice the 2 out of 4 intersecting arcs that made the high ceiling roof. Right? Made the high ceiling roof. This style of architecture is from northeast Iran, Khurasan, and was used in Fatehpur Sikri by Akbar. Clear? So this is shown in figure 16. Another example in Vrindavan near Mathura, temples were constructed in architectural styles that were very similar to the Mughal palaces in Fatehpur Sikri. It means the temples like these, you can see in the pictures, this temple, the construction and architectural style is like the temples situated in Fatehpur Sikri built by Mughal emperors. You can see another picture, this one. In the same way, many temples, it means most of the temples in Vrindavan are built with this style, architectural style used by Mughal emperors to make palaces in Fatehpur Sikri. The creation of large empires that brought different regions under their rule helped in this cross fertilization of artistic forms and architectural styles. In this sentence, you can understand that the creation of large empires that brought different regions under their rule helped in this cross fertilization of artistic form. It means the styles were used by different rulers to make it in better form or in improved form. Architectural styles were used by different rulers from one region to another region. Mughal rulers were particularly skilled in adopting regional architectural styles in the construction of their own buildings. They adopted many of the architectural styles were very popular in the local region at that time. In Bengal, for example, the local rulers had developed a roof that was designed to resemble a thatched hut. It was very popular in Bengal at that time. The Mughals liked this Bangla dome, right? Bangla dome, and figure 11 and 12 we'll see in chapter 9. So much that they used it in their architecture. The impact of other regions was also evident. You can have many examples for this. In Akbar's capital at Fatehpur Sikri, for example, many of the buildings show the influence of architectural styles of Gujarat and Malwa in central India, Gujarat on the western coast. Even though the authority of the Mughal rulers waned in the 18th century, the architectural styles developed under their patronage were constantly used and adopted by other rulers whenever they tried to establish their own kingdoms. For example, we are coming to figure 17, decorated pillars and struts holding the extension of the roof in Jodhabai Palace in Fatehpur Sikri. These follow architectural traditions of Gujarat region. You can see in this figure here. This is the architectural styles used in Gujarat. And some figures were left. Figure 16 we have seen. And after that we are coming to the next topic, last one, churches that touched the skies. It means churches were built in a very large height from the 12th century onwards. Attempts began in France to build churches that were taller and lighter than earlier buildings. This architectural style, known as Gothic, was distinguished by high pointed arcs, the use of stained glass, often painted with scenes drawn from the Bible, and flying buttresses. Tall spires and bell towers, which were visible from a distance, were added to the church. You can see in this picture here also, and another picture I am showing you, this one, and in this also another picture. So one of the best known examples of this architectural style is the Church of Notre Dame in Paris, which was constructed through several decades in the 12th and 13th centuries. So in this way, this was about Gothic and about churches. So dear students, we have completed this chapter. I hope that you understood, and read this chapter by using this text, and watch the videos again. If you do not understand any topic, you can ask me by writing in comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.